Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Minnesota for you. Bill Sims. We got Dimitri Dewey for the enhanced penetration and Scharnhorst for accuracy. All in on that. Prop mod. Started off with the steering gears on here. Once you get the hull upgraded, the steering's not too bad for a ship of this size, whatever. The turn radius is actually pretty tight, so the turn's fine. Prop mod, oof, the start and stop on this thing naturally causes problems. So that would be my recommendation. Feels a lot better. I played about 10-15 games with the steering gears on, maybe 5 or so with the prop mod. I'm gonna stick with this. Accurate, booming guns, huge target. Now I get targeted a lot. People recognize my name and they love to shoot me for various reasons. But this thing, regardless of who you are, people are gonna love to shoot it because number one, even the guys that can't aim are gonna have a hard time missing this thing. You can see the size, the girth, the robust superstructure, everything about it enticing. But if you get focused on this thing, it doesn't last very long. Okay, so if you're in the center spawn in an open map, say like Atlantic or something like that, you might have to do a little backline Betty duty until you can nestle into a more effective position. Make sure you're in position to be firing effective shots on reload when we're in the back. But here, we're going to be hyper aggressive in a controlled manner. All right, we'll explain as we go here. This is going to be the lowest damage Minnesota replay you're ever going to see posted on YouTube. Not a bad score, though. 2,800, I think, just shy of. But game-breaking plays. Now, I'm not following the Shima in here. I was planning on playing the corner of this island, i.e. the south side of the middle island here. Anyways, I like kind of controlling the gap between A and B if possible. And you can maybe get some sneaky shots, hoping the Shima was going to move into B aggressively, because usually their destroyer is on the south side where our destroyer is now. If you get spotted, we can 2v1 them. Effective play. Our destroyer more interested in sailing around, doing laps and running in islands, so we're not going to get a lot of production out of him. But what we will be doing this game is paying very close attention to the blue line on the map, the blue circle, our detection range. Red ships inside of the blue line of sight on us, we're spotted. Outside of that, or no direct line of sight, well, then we're unspotted. We're going to say to ourselves, well, you know what? We're going to move forward here, trying to stop. I don't want to get torped by a Shima. We've determined it's the torp, or the Shima, because we got the Kaba spotted up north there on C, so we know what we're dealing with. But I'm saying, okay, we're coming around here. We're exposed to the entire south side here, not spotted. So we think he's behind the island, basically on the other side of where we're aiming here. I'm just going to test the water. So you see those two battleships to the south. Now, when our sides are basically pointed directly at them, those are the guys that can wreck us. But they are not currently able to spot us. And I got my fingers crossed, and I got an idea that they're kind of dealing with the dudes that are burning them down, right? They don't like that. So I'm thinking maybe if I can make a sneaky play here on the Shima, you never know. Let's see what happens. So, got the plane deployed, see if we can get some early intelligence, maybe spot some torps if they're incoming here. Anything helps. But what we're actually going to do here is just get on the base, see what happens. He did capture it a moment ago, so I'm seeing, did he immediately go towards C, maybe to assist over there? We get on the base, it is contested. All right, so tempted to shoot the Minnesota. Looks pretty broadside on the map there, but I do not want these guns unloaded if a Shima says, okay, there's something near me, and you can see where his AA fire emitted from just a moment ago. He's right on the other side of this island. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, maybe this guy comes over here. We can talk him out of what he's doing. Maybe he can spot this guy. Nope. We're getting spotted by the Kaba, I believe. Yes, and then the Shima, aware of us, certainly. So I'm thinking, okay, he's getting shot by our daring over there. Maybe he'll gun it forward, just getting startled. No, he drops the smoke. We drop spot, and that's going to make me allow for an extremely aggressive play. Now, battleships, I love to get them in the middle. It's a very strong position. First third of the match, almost always suicidal, right? It's not a consistent play. But again, we are very carefully saying, okay, we're not spotted, we're not spotted, we're not spotted. Can I ambush this guy? Is he expecting this? Well, I don't think so. He's getting shot from a few guys who's already a little panicked. His engine's knocked there. We're going to fool around. We take him out there for the first blood. Kaba coming in hot. Okay, well, we're spotted here. We got guys to the north, or in front of us there to the northeast. Yamato, Minnesota. A mated pair, refueling line between them. Ships directly to the south, broadside. Again, booming shots from the Yamato's. Dangerous position to be in. Not recommended This is a low percentage thing. But again, I'm trying to do it in a controlled manner. We stop shooting, we drop spot for a moment there. Can we get these shots here? I'd love to shoot those broadsides, especially because the Kaba doesn't seem like he's committed to coming around here yet, but now we see him drifting forward. All right, so I'm kind of glad that our shot's blocked there because we're going to need it. I'm going to need to blast this Kaba. My intention is to one-shot him, if in fact he comes around the island here. Again, we're getting good support. This destroyer over here, who got C, who's now playing over here, very good destroyer game, as far as I can tell. Oof, 6 shots, overpens, sure, not enough to take him out. And I'm like, okay, we're trying to put that little dead body there in between him and us just in case he torps. Don't see any torps. I don't know if he didn't have them ready to go or he didn't get the shots off before he got killed. Either way, we survive. Both destroyers dead. Middle of the base, or middle base captured. Middle of the map, currently under control. Again, heavily threatened, but luckily these guys aren't really paying attention to the center of the map. They're very focused on the flanks, which is usually typical. But again, this is possibilities abound for them to have already killed me this game. I'm just kind of getting a little bit lucky here, trying to use, the cover, use the spotting to the best we can with the understanding, well, we already got 2 destroyers down. I mean, I was fine killing the one Shima. As soon as I killed him, I'm like, okay, this is not a bad game. Might not be a great scoring game, but we'll trade a tier 8 battleship for legendary tier destroyer, certainly, in a true destroyer per side match. Now we got both of them dead, and we got crossfire shots on this. These guys are aggressively pushing into C. They're trying to flip that base, and that looks to be the strongest flank. We're going to try and back up here, and note the prop mod. We're actually accomplishing this in a reasonable amount of time. Sans prop mod, we would still probably be drifting forward, maybe taking some shots from the right there. Alaska wisely notes that we're shooting begins to turn out, or turns fire. That's fine. And see there, the turn tight enough. Like we got those back guns on reasonably quickly before we disengaged behind this island. Got those back 2 shots off. So again, I think all the evidence points to prop mod being the preferred module in slot 2 here. Checking out the shots there, or more likely the threats. We do have a destroyer down there, Yamato. Again, I don't think he's looked over here once. He's perhaps not even zoomed out of what he's been targeting the entire game. Minnesota trying to target him. Crossfires, crossfires, crossfires. This is the beauty of these the middle of the map positions. This is why we want to gain these, because ships that are trying to go anywhere basically are going to be turning sideways to you. If they're trying to go north-south, they're trying to go east-west, you got those angles, and you can see the punishment that we're able to give there for the Alaska. So, again, I noted earlier it's not going to be a huge damage game. Maybe we get 20,000 more, 30,000, whatever it is. But positionally, I think this is pretty strong. I think it's aspirational. Again, you don't necessarily want to be this aggressive normally, or perhaps you do, but usually the red team won't allow you to do it. But you can see the control that we really had over the map here. So I thought it was an interesting game, to be sure. One that you're not going to see repeated too often, but taking the slowest ship point blank range against 2 destroyers, getting away with it, and then kind of taking a position where we can really punish these guys who are, they've been dueling nose in. These 3 guys on the left versus these 3 guys on the right. That's been the game. Red's pushed them back a little bit, but we're in a position to get those crossfires and get those 90-degree shots and punish and make those guys say to themselves, okay, we got to start thinking about something else. Trying to target the turrets, of course. Republic, we do hit them there, but looks like no punishing damage, nothing knocked out there. We do get some resets as well, which is certainly going to help the score out. But at this point in time, the lone cruiser's chilling in the southwest doing God knows what, and we're squared off against this guy. He brings the back guns over. I'm thinking, okay, one more shot for all the glory. But unfortunately, here we aim, and some would say aiming bug or dispersion bug or whatever. I would say just shot having to drift low, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments on that. That's a look at the Minnesota, though. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.